What's the deal, everybody? It's your boy J Money from Royal Family, and this is another edutainment news alert. But before we go any further, we need you to do a few things. We need you to hit that subscribe button. We need you to hit that like button and drop them comments in the chat. Your opinion matters to us. We're frequently dropping new content. And if you want us to react to new videos, remember, hit us up in IG at RFMBRS. You dig? Peace. All right, y'all, let's get right into it, man. They said delusional obese woman gets brutal reality check. But they also saying she's racist. I'm interested to hear what she say. Shout out to Rattlesnake TV. This is where I came across this video. And it looks like that's at whatever. Clearly a big podcast. So listen to this.
Reading my hate man white tweets, we're gonna be here for a while.
Let's get into it. We'll try to move through them quick.
Am I supposed to?
But these are some of your tweets.
Yeah. White men, I especially don't need your opinion unsolicited. 2019 on brand.
Why specifically white men? Just curious.
It's always just white men that just like some kind of problem. I grew up in a predominantly mostly like white neighborhood, and it's just like one white man after the next is like always the fucking problem, always starting some shit, always getting in a fight. These are like rich neighborhoods, which I think are like even worse because they have the money to try to do whatever the fuck they want. The most times I've been in danger, the most like anything like bad things is like always happening around white men.
The most times that you've been in, let me ask you this. Have you lived in predominantly non-white areas?
Now, yes. And I'm usually the only white person in most places I go to. So I feel much more comfortable.
Well,
Men are so gross. They really are, though.
I'll just have you continue reading them.
Here's your monthly update. June update. Men are still trash. Facts.
Okay, men are okay. Next, I guess.
November forecast. Men are still trash. I do the monthly update. Like, besides white men in general, nothing triggers me more when a white man tells me to keep it up when I'm working out. Oh yeah. I hate that.
The reason
white guys, literally all the time I'll work out and they'll come up to me and like be like, good job, keep going, you got this. But like they'll pass Yamani or like someone else behind me or in front of me and says nothing to them. Again,
well, could you think of a reason why that might be?
Because they're amazed that a fat person does exercise.
Right. So what? But think about that for a second, though. Like what you just said.
Like that's like if you were in the 50s and like watched like a black person drink out of a white water fountain, you're not gonna be like,
no,
it's a little different.
No, it's not.
Oh, sorry, I had it on mute. But I said, notice the girl right here. She ain't trying to hear nothing that she say. And then this girl ain't trying to, she just like, man, keep me out of this. And then the hair play is like, girl, please get on out of here. What's going on? This is classic.
Ew, you're so disgusting. #men. 2015. Ooh, that was a tough year.
Little misandrous, don't you think? Okay.
Sorry, what does misandrous mean?
It's the opposite of misogyny. The hatred, contempt of men.
God cursed me with a middle-aged and African men hitting on me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's like 2010. That's like...
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
That's 8th grade.
No,
but
hold on.
I love African men.
No, they can...
When I was a boy, I had to choose a path
or
fate.
Ow, it didn't sound like you liked him that much then.
Well, that's also when I was growing up like 7th grade Republican. So,
okay. Do you want to go ahead?
Men are disgusting pigs. I'm sick to my stomach.
And-
Being very honest, a lot of men usually like that I say that stuff because
What?
Yeah. The reason being is they think it deters other men. So they're like, oh, the woman who hates men chose me. She must love me.
They think she won't cheat because she's a misandrist, is what
That
she's saying.
And
is
so
the
most guys
craziest
that I
thing.
love when I say that, they're like, oh,
Is that true? And drop down in the comments right now. Do y'all believe that? Yes or no? Wire in. Drop it.
yeah, like you're only with me. I'm special. I know it sounds crazy, but that
I mean, that checks out, but also I want to point out a
It
difference.
doesn't check out, but
When
okay.
she's tweeting, I hate men, she's saying it because it's chic. And like she pointed out, she was participating
It's
in hookup
chic.
culture because of Cardi B. It's not because I don't think she actually has, if you were to put her on a like lie detector test, I don't think she actually has hatred towards men. I don't think she actually, I don't think
Lie detector tests aren't real, y'all. If you put on another...
she
I don't
actually
think
gets
that's true.
off
And
on
also- I don't
violence
think that's
towards
true.
men.
If they were so real, they can't even be used in the court. 99.9% of the time.
I
Like a
think
lot
we
of
should
men,
take
though,
people
who
at
do
face
have those
value.
shirts.
So for those of you who aren't quite trendy enough to know this, chic means elegantly stylish and fashionable. Elegantly stylish and fashionable. So it's like elegant and stylish to hate men these days, guys. Now, I wish that I could say that the notion of hating men was sort of fringe, but unfortunately it's not.
We want the species to go on, but we want it only to go on with women in it. So that's what we have to do. That's the only way to keep the human race going is with just women.
This is all the rage these days, and it's a direct consequence of feminism and the feminization of our culture, where men are seen as toxic, violent, oppressive pigs, and women are painted as the benevolent, only love you for your personality, oppressed sex. That's
Agreed, y'all. He ain't saying nothing wrong. He ain't saying nothing wrong. Let's get right back to what she was saying, though.
Immigrant to
I
China.
mean, we have like no
or
culture. So like, what are
Wait,
like,
what?
what's the racism about?
White people have no culture?
Ooh, I want to hear that culture.
I don't know.
I love
What's
white
the
people.
culture?
I want to hear it.
Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin, Schubert, Bach.
There's a debate that
Mendelssohn.
Mozart was black.
Like, that's what you're referring to?
Most.
There's
what?
so much
Yeah,
culture in
but-
Europe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, well
Beethoven.
maybe
Yeah,
white
white Americans
is
don't
what you
have
mean.
culture.
What?
Yes, they do. They brought over they brought
they were
over
raping and
culture
pillaging.
from Europe, and
Sorry.
then
Wait, what?
inside of the United States, all over you can see collectives of this from Europeans who settled in the South, which has some of its own unique culture. If you go west, it has its own unique culture. And
This is golden, y'all. We're listening to white people talk to other white people about culture, y'all. This is classic. Oh my God.
then on the East Coast, same thing. So yeah, they brought over a lot of things, but it was a hodgepodge of European heritages. So, but yeah, there's definitely some culture here in the U.S. for sure.
White people don't have exciting culture.
What?
Like, I don't know.
As compared to what?
I mean, like African heritage, Hispanic culture.
Hispanic culture is high octane in comparison to
I
because
just-
it's almost. By the way,
Where's
when
it
I
just
think culture, I think
different?
about like people cooking in their kitchen.
Does anybody feel like this conversation is tiptoeing on racist anecdotes being thrown in here a little bit? They're just waiting. They're just trying to, how do they say? Be careful on the words they're choosing when they say like influence cultures, like far as like black people and Mexicans. Let's keep going.
Passing down like recipes, traditions,
like the
stories.
Italians and the Irish and
See-
the Germans, the mass migration to Germany. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Then the white people around me growing up, everywhere I lived, we're not partaking in this. The driest food, no stories, no one shows emotions, very cold.
The driest food?
Yes, the worst food. Can we take all the white straight males and ship them to their own island?
Thank you, Honda.
Well, that's
Thank you.
nicer than the planet.
Okay,
We just need to send all the white males to another planet.
Planet Island. The previous one was cis white man. Okay.
Yes.
Next.
Sometimes I wish I was a straight white man so I could do anything I want and not care how it affects any others. Sigh.
Do you think that's the case, that just white men can pretty much run roughshod and do anything
For the
they
most
want?
part, at least where I grew up.
Okay,
Get
all
away
right.
with
We're
murder.
painting a picture here. Okay, next.
I guess I didn't realize how deep my fucking hatred for white people goes. Like, they literally make me fucking livid. I'm going to need to do some deep healing work on this one. 2020! And I started that journey.
I'm just curious, do you think the world would be a bet? Because you said we should send white men, cis white men
I think
to an
the world
island,
would
to
be
another
better if
planet.
there's less white people.
What?
Yo.
It's crazy. I couldn't imagine.
Maybe not currently, but like back in the day, we could have.
I could not imagine.
I think the
Ronald
world would be a
Reagan,
better place
like-
with less fat people.
Whoa, okay. Let's not get crazy. It's a joke. He's just
Everyone's
joking. He's
entitled-
definitely joking. What does the world look like? Are you you're actually in favor of like
less white people? Like,
No.
I wouldn't care if like the population of white people dwindled.
Which it is.
Which it is.
Yes, because when you look at a global minority, you want it to become less.
Insane, guys.
No, white people are a global minority because there's more people of color.
But who
over the
cares
world
if
than-
like?
That's
but
what
like,
I just said. They're a global minority.
Oh yeah, I was just explaining.
Yeah, they're a global minority.
Failed.
So
That's why
basically,
this-
you don't
that
like
was a good
minorities?
that's going a little farther.
Well, I mean, they're a global minority. Why do you want there to be less of them?
So a few
Yo, this is classic, y'all. Whoa.
With Fargo,
We
the new
gon- we
virtual
gon-
assistant from Wells Fargo. You can
We gonna stop that right there. All right, we gonna stop it right there. Especially with these weak ass ads. I'm not paying YouTube. You're not getting $1 for me to stop getting ads played. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna happen, y'all. But it might happen. I'm just talking. But yeah, man, how do y'all feel about this? Because this was golden, man. I was just glad just sitting back watching this stuff. Cause bro on the let's go back. Where is he at? He, you could tell he was tense, boy. Cause yeah, he was throwing little shots. I think the world would be a better place without fat people. And then when she says something that there are more people of color in the world. He was like, "Oh, that's what I said." So yeah, people start getting upset, man, and get offensive, especially after that interview. I would have loved to just like have like a hidden microphone or something in there just to hear everything. But yeah, let me know how y'all feeling about this, man. Do y'all agree with her? You know what I'm saying? Or is she a little delusional? I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all decide. It's your boy J Money, man. Peace.